out to 10 Martial Arts School. Copyrighted 1, patented 1. In our United 1Me universe, copyrighted 1, patented 1. The Channel 1 News at School, covering current universal issues, reports, stories, and events, and providing universal comedy relief. Always groundswell, always. Special thanks going out to YouTube, a universal place. Alright, now class, stay tuned for the story. As we look into NASA's preparation to crash spacecraft and asteroid to test planetary defense mission in the news today. And my response? Alright, my response, class, as we watch the video, as we watch NASA's awesome footage here. In our work at school, in our UD. Alright, talk to me, Alex. Talk to me, Alex.
Dear class, as interesting as this scheduled experiment is, I have to oppose this experiment, and here's why. Because as I have stated before online in my post, the absolute sound physics of my point that we are absolutely working on and interested in preserving all in its natural state always, regardless of all always, in our eternal universal defense, EUD, is real, always. The science and physics indicates etc. that depletion of Earth's and other celestial bodies' natural resource, such as metals, and all the components of this scheduled spacecraft designed to impact an asteroid, may logically lead to altering the natural state. Altering the universe's natural state could be disastrous, including on an electromagnetic level, as in depletion through space exploration and colonization of our natural resource, may logically lead to and cause electromagnetic unbalance, disruption, alteration from the natural state, and thus certain disaster, including who knows what, potentially magnetic destabilization and loss of atomic and molecular cohesion, etc. So the basic idea I am teaching here is, always preserve and maintain all's natural state, including by not depleting any of our natural resource, through space exploration, nor through anything. The universe is already perfect always, so altering its natural state represents total disaster, always. It's not that altering the trajectory of incoming dangerous asteroids isn't a great idea, but such data and experiments can actually be conducted and gathered in the computer realm, through virtual testing, and on paper etc., without having to send anything off of planet Earth nor any other planets and celestial bodies, and without therefore depleting any of our natural resource. So interestingly enough, we are now looking at the very imperative in our EUD mission of technically restoring Earth and the entire universe back to its natural state as much as possible, by bringing birds, probes, satellites, and spacecraft back home, rather than sending any more out into outer space etc. It's logic, class, keep things the way they are because they are already perfect. Let's conduct this experiment at home in our virtual testing computer simulation, and on paper, and not deplete Earth's resource, nor alter Earth's natural state. This is my and our findings regarding this matter, after extensive investigation, theoretics, postulation, and deductive reasoning, including scientifically and otherwise, always, regardless of all always. So, we still have school project, Exodus, defending all from and regarding overpopulation by way of space exploration and colonization before our natural resource, of food and shelter for all always at minimum is exhausted due to overpopulation, etc., but not at the risk of nor cost of altering our perfect universe and its natural state. We can see, witness, and study so much already beyond planet Earth through sensor arrays and instrumentation, and in our computer realm, and using what we have already sent out to explore and chart the universe, that it is not necessary nor required at that cost to continue to do so. We have to be conscious of the universal natural state always, and only send out what is absolutely imperative to and required in our EUD always. Scientists and other experts are now tracing back as far as we can trace in history to determine the exact original natural state of the entire universe, in order to preserve it, maintain it, ensure it, and restore it if altered whatsoever, always, regardless of all always.
All right, thank you, Alex, for that miraculous conversation. All right, and now let's go ahead and proceed with NASA's full report. Full report here, and today's full report after my brief teaching today class.
How big? It's what we call a global killer. Nothing would survive, not even bacteria.
And a scene straight out of the movie Armageddon. Real-life NASA scientists are going to ram a spacecraft into one massive asteroid. Unlike the movie, though, this space rock is not heading towards Earth, but the mission is the first test of NASA's planetary defense technology, should the need ever arise.
This is the first time SpaceX has taken a NASA spacecraft and intentionally launched it on a trajectory to escape Earth and crash into an asteroid. So, again, pretty cool mission. Very excited to be a part of it.
The spacecraft, called DART for Double Asteroid Redirection Test, will launch on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. It'll travel more than 6.5 million miles to reach the asteroid, then slam into the space rock at 15,000 miles an hour. NASA scientists will then watch closely to see if and how the trajectory of the asteroid changes after the impact.
Our hope is to prove that by impacting a spacecraft onto the rock, we change its movement. We change its overall speed.
DART's goal? Intercepting an asteroid called Didymos, as wide as the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, and actually target its secondary body or moonlet called Dimorphos, which itself is 525 feet wide. Dimorphos, the smaller rock, orbits the larger asteroid.
We're going for the smaller one because it's easiest to measure a deflection with the smallest one. Like if you try to push a car, it takes with the same force, it's a lot easier to see any motion than if you push a larger car or a truck, right? So we're trying to go after the one object where measurement of a change is the easiest for us to detect from the ground.
DART's long and epic journey starts today and is expected to make impact with the asteroid come fall 2022.
So many questions, Morgan. First of all, how exactly will those scientists be able to see and detect the trajectory of the asteroid?
Yeah, definitely going to take a technological team effort here, Craig. About 10 days before the collision, a miniature satellite will actually detach from that spacecraft and it'll start gathering images. They're going to use those images combined with an onboard camera that'll gather video right as it makes impact, along with images gathered from the ground to hopefully create the full picture of what impact this spacecraft has on the orbit of this asteroid. Scientists comparing this to slamming a golf cart into the Great Pyramid. So that's what they're likening it to.
Crazy town. Crazy. Thank you, Morgan.
I'm glad somebody's thinking about asteroids crashing
Yes,
into Earth.
we've got to be ready.
Somebody's thinking
We've
about
got to be ready.
What did we do all these years before that?
I don't know. Just crossed our fingers.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.
All right, thank you, courtesy of YouTube, Universal Place, aroaa, and thank you Today for an excellent report, and thank you NASA for all your work. All right, let's keep things the way they are, and we'll solve overpopulation too. All right, we'll see y'all next time on the Channel 1 News at School. Welcome back to the Channel 1 News with me, Roberto, the cell phone comic. ML